Hi, Rachel. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Thursday. Coming at you live from Oregon Weight and Wellness. And Rachel, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I just noticed I
Yeah.
have a lot of sun. I'm facing a window and I tried to block, but so if you
Oh, yeah.
see
Oh, I see just a little sun. Yeah, and I'm
cat,
sitting here kind of in the shadows here, but I have indirect. I don't know. Is this better? No, that's not better.
no, wait,
Not
yeah.
better. That's not better either.
You got a rolling
I'm
chair. That's
sitting
nice.
today. I'm sitting today
Me
versus,
too.
yeah.
I'm on my bouncy ball.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
That's interesting. We're both usually standing.
We really, hmm.
What's going on? What's happening today?
Yes. What is happening today? Interesting. Yeah. So, well, Rachel, we're talking about, we have been talking about this diet versus lifestyle mentality.
Right.
And I know we really both really try to practice what we preach, We're not perfect.
No.
But I know we're both a little bit, we stay humble. I mean, that's number one, right?
Yeah.
And then also a little vulnerable at times, which is, I think adds to authenticity.
I think so.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And anyway, and we've been very aware of the people we interact with and their angst regarding the recent election, and we're trying to kind of navigate that in a way that embraces lifestyle versus the diet mentality. And I think there's actually, a lot of good comparison or in contrast, lifestyle versus diet, because in my mind, diet is all or none.
Right.
Right. It's all or nothing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Black and white, this or that, go big or go home.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes we can get that kind of thinking going where, around this, this season, this election season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny how we continue. We started the diet versus lifestyle mentality thinking it was just going to be a couple of weeks. And what we realize is it's thematic. I mean, the theme of that, because when you think about, we're calling it diet mentality, but the way it's more fully described it is that all or nothing. And when we think about anything we do and say and the way we feel, am I all or nothing mentality right now? Or am I lifestyle mentality? How would you compare if you called diet mentality that all or nothing, and as it compares to maybe this this election and the stressors that come on during this season?
Yeah.
How would you then juxtapose it to lifestyle mentality? What is that for you?
Yeah, lifestyle is, learn and grow, I guess. And, having a foundation of who, kind of knowing who I am and where I'm going, and who I'm trying to become. So, yes, that sort of thing.
And then it's certainly, as we've discussed, it's a more compassionate, self-compassionate road. It's a gentle progress towards the health and well-being that we're looking for, mind,
Right.
body, soul, spirit. It's
Right.
it's consistency. It's not perfection.
Right.
It's based, like you said, on a foundation, on reality, that no one's perfect, nothing is perfect, and some things just are as they are. Things happen, things are.
Yes.
our response to it? How will we respond to it?
Right.
What can we take? In any situation, how can we take lemons and make lemonade every time?
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. In a diet, something might derail me and then I throw in the towel. Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Something like an election result.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's an all or
Might
nothing.
might derail me and I say that, the heck with it.
Yeah.
Versus on my path, for, lifestyle, I kind of
Pivot.
adjust,
Yeah.
roll, pivot,
Mhm.
and just like, okay, um, how do I maintain my values like on a road trip? you
Mhm.
know, these healthy habits that I've been starting. How do I maintain them? When I get thrown a curveball. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. I'm still the same person when I wake up the
Mm,
next
yes.
affirmation. The world is more or less still the same, and I get to choose how I will now then proceed. And
Mm-hmm.
I can take, curveballs can come at me and whoa, I can, bumps in the road. All of this is going to come at you, whether it has to do with an election or it has to do with your job or an illness or another kind of life situation. These things are coming at you no matter if you vote for it or not.
Right. It's true.
Oftentimes you don't vote
Yes.
for
Yeah, and
anything.
not to minimize
Right.
the seriousness of some of these things. Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
But yeah, it's just standing firm and developing those healthy habits actually that can help me navigate. The stronger I become, or the more resolute actually in that foundation, then the more I am able to build that resilience and
Mhm.
yeah, stay
Mhm.
not get derailed. Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, so we were talking about there was a word that came up with in a conversation. I was hoping that I think is relevant.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce this word, but tell me. You say the word, and then tell me where you came across this word.
The word is equipoise.
Mm-hmm,
Equipoise. I think I'm saying it right. I had never heard of it before, and
mm-hmm,
I should have looked it up ahead of time to try to find out how to pronounce it.
mm-hmm,
Equipoise.
mm-hmm,
Equipoise.
mm-hmm.
Equipoise.
Sounds
Um,
like.
yeah, sounds like that's how it's pronounced. The word came up in a coaching training that I was taking, and they were talking about motivational interviewing and the coach approach and decisional balance and all of these things. And this came up, and it like stopped me in my tracks because of the way that she defined it. So if you look it up online, the definition I'm going to give you isn't word for word what you'll find in the dictionary, but there are several ways to define the word. Ultimately, it comes down to a balance of position, right? Equa, so we can think about equal and balanced.
Mm-hmm,
But
mm-hmm,
the the definition she gave us is the ability to serenely monitor the movements of one's own mind and correct for biases and shortcomings. Serenely, so that tells me it's a mindset of calm, slowing down, pausing, taking a moment to consider something.
mm-hmm,
Serenely monitor the movement of one's own mind. So what's going on in my mind? The movement, the thoughts, the
mm-hmm,
feelings, the ping pong balls, right? What's
mm-hmm,
up here? And then
mm-hmm.
correct for biases and shortcomings. So that really, those two words, my biases and my shortcomings, really turns responsibility back to me.
Mm-hmm.
It helps me shine a light on. It's kind of like before you take a speck out of your neighbor's eye, take a look at
Mm-hmm.
the log in your own.
Right, right.
Bible verse. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so what about my shortcomings? What about
Yeah,
my biases?
yeah, and yeah,
Yeah. What do you
yeah, good.
think about
Yeah, I had a thought about that. Um, okay, it's coming to me. I'm showing my age, 59, 59. But I'm eating omega-3s, Rachel, I promise.
that? Yes.
Okay. Um, yeah, so something, gosh, it'll come to me. Just hold on one moment. It was a good thought. Let me just read the thing of shortcomings sincere. Yeah. So, this is what it, so, yeah, for example, I might be making some assumptions, okay, I'm just coming back to, what happened a couple of days ago, the results of the election. I might be catastrophizing as far as I might be, jumping to lots of conclusions. I might be going down a road. And I think this equipoise is the ability for me to stop and then realize that I don't have a crystal ball. Okay. I can't see into the future. I can't know what's going to, I guess, it doesn't, all I have is my present moment, maybe. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And well, then the other thing is I'm thinking if, the person next to me or at work or, that's sat whatever in the bus, who might think differently than I do. I can't presume about all of, just because they voted this way, I can't presume all of these things. So I have to be really careful. So I like that equipoise definition. So to serenely correct for biases. Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate how you brought in the presume, that it's that all or nothing mentality. That diet mentality is this side versus this side. And if you're this side, you are in a box and you think and feel all these things. And if you
Right.
right. And it's really sticking people into a really tight box.
Yeah.
And presuming one's heart, mind, or motivation for the way that they voted.
Yeah.
That you understand their full lived experience.
Yeah.
That this could be someone who you could find as a dear friend or relative or something like that. And yet they may have voted differently from you for their own reasons, and still be of great value. They can still be this amazing person to love and respect.
Yeah. So that equipoise is kind of like stopping, taking a moment and kind of considering the story that you're telling yourself.
Yeah. And where are my biases in the way? Where are my own shortcomings? Where are my flaws? And because I do have flaws and I do have biases, in what way would I love for someone else sitting across the bus from me to treat me on my biases, right? My shortcomings.
Yeah.
Ooh, could you offer me some grace? Could you, that's how I want to then offer that to someone else. We want to be treated that way too. Nobody wants to be treated badly, so it's first check my own perspective. And I love how you said, I don't have a crystal ball. I can't know, but I do have this moment. That is literally all we have control over. My days could end today. I have no control or power over that. I do have control over this moment and what I can do about it and how I can impact the world for good and the way that I can love well, both myself and other people. I have control over that.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. So important. And those foundational pillars of lifestyle really just fall into place there.
They do, because they're really the tools, right? They're the tools to be able to do this, to manage stress, to eat well so they're nourished and healthy and energized, to sleep well, to all of these things this is what you were talking about, that foundation. If I build this foundation that's solid on these healthy pillars.
Exactly. So if I have a good night's sleep, if I'm putting in healthy whole real foods, I'm feeding my microbiome to make those postbiotics, which are the precursors for the neurotransmitters in the serotonin in my brain that helps me just stay, at peace with myself, at peace with the person in front of me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, we get, unfortunately, the way our system is that it really, and this is both sides, I think,
Mm-hmm.
that it
Mm-hmm.
just tries to polarize.
Yeah.
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 It really tries to polarize. And that's what we're trying to get away from, that all or none.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And because, yeah, the more I talk to people, the more, and really listen, genuinely and
Yes.
with genuine interest,
Mm-hmm.
the more I understand that, they're real concerns, valid concerns, that I might not have considered.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And, as you were describing that, another word that kind of popped up that I feel is one we might want to be looking out for is fear.
Yeah.
In the diet mentality, that all or nothing
Mhm.
is
Yeah,
it stems from fear.
it does.
It stems from fear. And when you
Mhm.
were saying the polarization that we're really pitted against one another, that's all based on fear. It's the scarcity theory. There's not going to be enough for me, whether it's a
Mhm.
resource or um, that what's mine is mine. Don't take it from me. Fear of broken relationship. Fear of
Mhm.
just of change. I mean, so many
Mhm.
things. So many things.
Mhm. Yeah.
So the lifestyle mentality, we realize that not much good comes from fear, right?
Mhm.
It's a negative mindset that really doesn't set me up for any kind of success or abundant
Mhm.
growth.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
fear, my brain shuts down and says, "Don't do anything dangerous. Don't
Mhm.
put yourself out there. This is survival mode."
Mhm. Yeah.
This fear, I can see a bigger picture.
Yeah. 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 Good. All right. Well, how are you? How are you nourishing your body today?
Mm.
What's
I'm
for dinner? I got other
What's
question.
for dinner? Yes,
What's for
this is
dinner?
our every week we talk about what's for dinner. That's the name of the show here.
Mhm. Mhm.
To hopefully give you inspiration, you guys that are
Mhm.
listening, or ideas, or just hear that we both have to ask this question of ourselves every day.
Mhm. Mhm. Yes.
Right?
And that's okay. It's okay. It's just the way it is.
It's
It's
the way
just the way
it is.
we're going to be eating food, hopefully, every day for the rest of our, unless we choose to fast, we'll be eating food. We'll have to figure out the food thing every day. Now, it can get easier,
Yeah.
simpler.
Mhm.
More of who I am, it is not always going to be this fight, fight, fight,
Yeah.
as I practice, you
Right.
know. So, but yeah, it's just the way it is. I'm going to have to make a meal plan every day.
Every day. Yeah, every day, every week. Got to be thinking about it. So for
Mhm.
us, this is our Thursday community group that we have
Mhm.
every other week, and the so it's kind of like a potluck. And I think we're doing bowls, nourish bowls.
Yeah,
And
cool.
so what's been kind of cool is over the weeks I've been noticing people kind of upping the health ante.
Ooh.
There's a lot of mindful people in the group, and so we're kind of like I'm seeing a lot of like, oh, I'm bringing some beans, lentils, and roasted veggies. Okay. you know, and I mean, just a lot of the things coming in were just all really, really helpful. And
Mhm.
I haven't signed up yet, so I was like, well, maybe I'll bring a plant-based dessert.
Mm. Oh,
Sort of,
cool.
yeah. Like I have
Nice.
these brownies that are made with peanut butter and
Ooh, love
yeah.
it.
So
Yeah, love it.
that's what there. How about
Yes, and so, yeah, last week, I think I mentioned to you, we're eating out of our freezer until
you?
I have to shop for Thanksgiving. So this is,
Yeah.
so I gotta get rid of all my fresh vegetables, so I've got my base salad, and I made, I was at my sister's this last weekend. She had a delicious, dressing. It was just a little variation, but so I made that dressing for it. And then, we had salmon thawing for our dinner, but I didn't have any protein. So guess what I did, Rachel? I had tofu, chopped it up. I threw a little whatever bunch
Yeah.
of seasonings in there, tossed it together. And now it's baking in the oven for my lunch. It's not for my dinner; it's for my lunch. But yeah. So we're
And
gonna and we still have some spaghetti squash out of the garden. So I
Ooh.
make that. So we're going to have, I guess, salmon and spaghetti squash. I guess I
Ooh.
told you what I was having for lunch too, but salmon and spaghetti squash. Yeah.
Yum. That's
Yum.
delicious.
Mhm.
Yeah, both
Mhm.
sound great. So it sounds like you're ready for lunch.
I'm ready. I'm hungry. Yeah. But I have a plan. I have a plan. This is not an
And
emergency.
right.
I've got a plan.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no spontaneous eating. It's you know what you're eating, and you're just
Yeah.
excited to nourish your body.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Well, go enjoy your lunch. Everybody enjoy your Thursday, and we will see you guys next week.
Yes, sounds
Yeah.
good. Thanks so much, Rachel. All
Thanks,
right.
everybody.
Bye-bye.